Hello everybody, welcome back to the AusSpeedruns Marathon. Today I will be playing Blinx the Time Sweeper. My name is Miku_DS.
And I'm Onel.
Today we will be doing, well, 2 runs together. So me and On, we will be doing, I'll be doing Blinx 1.
I'll just be commentating, and then I'll be doing Blinx 2 right after.
Okay, so before we get started, I just want to just point out a few things first with Blinx. So using a sort of custom controller, well, it's the normal first party, but the front shell of the controller has more space in the left thumbstick. The way that Blinx works is that he actually gets a speed boost if you walk in a diagonal direction. I believe it has something to do with going up or down and left and right at the same time, and it's inputting both of the inputs together. I just wanted to quickly point that out. I guess we should get ready. So timer will start when I press yes on the override. So 3. I'll say go, and then that'll be the thing. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck!
Now I'm going to be running through this very, very quickly, but basically the premise of Blinx: you go into a level, you pick up trash with your sweeper, you shoot enemies, and that's pretty much it. But for the first level, it's basically just a little tutorial, but we're just going to go through and just skip all of that. Just run through very quickly, and you can see the way that I'm running. You can see I'm running diagonally. No, sorry, not diagonally, diagonal, and that's the why I'm running so fast. And the levels just go by really quickly, so...
Yeah, the main premise of each stage is to find and defeat every time monster, and then get to the goal.
Pretty much. You see these little crystals on the ground? And they're going to be useful later in the run, but right now we're not going to pick them up just yet. Each time we pick up... or I should probably explain what the crystals do. So basically... you can use time powers in this game, and the way that you collect a time power is you collect either 3 of the same crystal plus 1 other, or 4 of the same crystal. If you 3 plus 1, that will be one time control that you get, and if you get 4 in a row, then that's 2. But yeah, we don't want to pick it up yet because there's no use for the time powers just yet. We're already coming up on our 3rd stage, and as you can see, we're just running through it pretty quickly. There's 8 worlds in this game. There's 3 normal stages where you've got to eliminate all the time monsters. And then at the end of the 3 stages, there's a boss stage. And the boss stage is very important because after the boss stage, that's where we get most of our money. And what we do with our money, we use that in the in-game shop to buy ammo and upgrades for our sweeper. So to deal with this first boss, we're just going to run to the right and immediately jump and shoot. And then we're just going to stun lock him, basically. So when he jumps, like that, and we're just going to do it again. Now when we get the last hit on him, we want to run right in the middle of his hitbox.
Very nice.
And that's how we get all our money.
The timing to get that hit so the boss stays stun locked is actually relatively tight. Sort of. But it's very easy for you to mistime your shot and hit him while he's not vulnerable yet, or just right after they get back up and move away. So getting those stun locks is pretty good. So good job on that.
And there's going to be some downtime just for this stage. So if there's, any of the moderators want to say anything, or if there's a donation that came through, now's a good time.
We have a $50 donation from L. Hey Miku, I got ahead of you. The one beside you is just a record clone. Looking forward to my run later. Put this towards naming the time sweeper name.
Here we go. We grab our first time power. So you can see that we grabbed 3 rewind crystals, and then just 1 heart crystal. But we're not going to use the rewind just yet. We're going to save that for the 3rd stage in the 2nd world. The first time power that we're going to use is hopefully it's going to be a fast forward. So, do you want to just go through and all the time controls and what they do?
Alright, sure. There's 5 time controls, and you can see down the bottom bar, they've all got their own color. And each of them are kind of like the controls on like a VCR tape. But basically there's rewind, which rewinds stage, physics, objects, and time monsters' movements while it's active. There's fast forward, which does the opposite and makes everything go forwards at double speed. It also gives you a shield so you don't get hurt while you're doing it. There's pause, which freezes everything in place and makes it so nothing moves. There's slow, which slows down the pacing of everything in the world and around you. And then there's a complicated one, record. Record is very unique, but also very handy to have in the right situations. What you do is that for a 10-second period, the game will record what you did, and then it will rewind back to the start of when you activated the time control, and then it will replay like a green copy of Blinx, and it will do exactly what you did during that time control period, while you can go off and do something else. Sounds complicated, and it is a bit, but it's pretty much the best time control in the game, as you will see later. And it's also the source of one of the game's major glitches, which hopefully you will see as well.
We will definitely see it. And we'll use our rewind here just to reverse the current of the river. Usually you're supposed to go through a door in a tunnel, but you can just skip that. We're just going to go ahead and hit this roulette. So if you get it just right, you get a nice jackpot.
Yep, just collecting up as much money as you can. It's also why Miku's sweeping up some specific trash, like that dust herder's ball right there. Because at the end of every stage, the game will take all the trash that you've got sucked up and convert it into money. And those dust herder balls that he's got there, they're worth 100 gold each, which they're very valuable items to have.
Absolutely.
So that's why he picks up as many as well. Also, just want to mention as well, before we get too far into the game, some people who might play this game may be looking at this and thinking it's looking a bit different how they might have played it. That's because there's actually 2 different versions of Blinx Time Sweeper that you can play. There's a normal release version, and there's also a Platinum Hits version. Now, the one that Nika is in right now is the Platinum Hits version, and it's by far a lot faster to play than the regular game because, well, to make it short to explain, the Platinum Hits version is a lot faster to run. There's lots of little mini things that changed all over the game, like the price of stuff in shops, what time monsters are in each stage, some obstacles that are here and there. All in all, though, it makes everything a lot shorter. Some of the bosses have less health. It's a much quicker game than the normal release version.
Yeah, so with the Platinum Hits, mainly it's a lot of enemy changes. So yeah, so it makes the game feel easier. That's because the difficulty curve isn't as hard. Some bosses' health are changed as well. So then again, you want to like with the boss's health, you know, having that short.
Yeah, first one that comes to mind, the first boss that you had, like the Dust Herder King. He only went down in 3 hits for the Platinum Hits version, as you saw before, but for this one, for the normal release version, he normally takes 4. And it's kind of the same for like all the bosses. They're a bit easier to defeat, like I think all of them have like at least 1 less hit to take.
Yeah, some of them are the same. There's a lot of like things that are the same, but the differences in the original to the Platinum Hits is pretty significant, even if they are small. Okay, coming up on 3-2. So current plan right now is I want to get some records and some fast forwards while I'm in this. Just missed the barrel, but that's okay because we can just go ahead and up here. chests right here. You shoot the chest, it has gold. I shot one in the previous level. But they also have gold as well that we want to like farm off. Basically, we want to amass about 5,500 gold before we reach 4-2, which is like World 4 level 2. Because we want to grab a certain super, time holder, and 3 super bombs, which you'll see the power of how good the super bombs are in this game.
Yes, especially when you get some certain time controls to go with it.
Yeah.
Basically, the things you get in the shop are better improved sweepers, which higher levels can suck up larger pieces of trash, which can deal more damage. Like one rock with the pink coral out of it, that's a really big piece of trash that Miku's currently level 1 sweeper can't suck up. But if you had like a level 2 one, you could suck it up. And those big pieces of trash deal more damage. It's like normal pieces do 1 piece of damage, big ones do 2, and the gigantic 16-ton weights do 3. But you need a level 1, 2, or 3 sweeper to pick them up respectively.
So unfortunately we didn't get any records in that level, but that's okay because we can get some records in this level. Then any donations that come through, now's a good time to say them.
We have a $20 donation from Christo. A game about time is a speedrun, Blinx and you'll miss it. Good luck and let's make this a clean sweep.
So while I'm here, we can grab a nice rewind here on these trampolines. There'll be 2 up here. And let's see a bunch of gold up there. Didn't look that good. So see all the gold that's placed around the level. That's already there, but gold can have 3 separate states that it can be, like small, medium, and large. The larger the gold is, the more value that it is. So obviously, you know, we want to have as much, amass as much gold as we can, like possible. Because more gold means more stuff we're able to buy from the shop, which means faster gameplay. And
Ooh,
I
missed
walked
that
into
shot.
that by accident. That's alright. And this is what happens if you, in this game, it's a one-hit like system. And you've got to be careful.
Yep, the health of Blinx is measured in retries. As you see in the top left corner, there's a few circles and one of them has a heart in it. Basically, every time you get hit, as Miku said, it's a one-hit kill, but you can use a retry if you've got one, and it basically rewinds time for a bit until you're in a safe location, so you can go back and try again.
I mean, sometimes it'll just kill you even if you aren't in a safe location. Like, sometimes it'll just drop you in the worst locations. It's not perfect.
It's not perfect, but that's the only health system you have. Also, just a funny thing, just a little teaser for later, I'm just going to say that the rewind that it has for the retries is also the same as the rewind when you finish a record. We'll see how that works out with the next boss, I think, is when you first use it.
No, I think it's this one. This one is when we're going to use probably the most broken thing about this game. And you'll see it in about 5 seconds. So we use a record. So, you know how each boss drops a certain amount of gold after it dies? So what happens is, if you use a record while this happens, after the playback and it rewinds, the game thinks that it needs to spawn more money. So essentially we're double duping this.
Oh, right. Well, you just do the single one.
And
I was thinking you'd actually doing the glitch afterwards.
Sorry for the headphones and people at home.
Yeah, basically how that works is that it's spawning the money twice. Once because it has to respawn it because it spawned the money during the record. But then again, since it went back to before you hit the boss, it says, oh well, the boss died, so I got to spawn it again. So you're spawning the record's money and the boss's money at the once. So you got double the drop.
And this can be done multiple times as well.
You couldn't do it in that one because there's no easy way to kill yourself in that stage right at the end, but you'll see what happens in a future boss stage when you can use retries.
There we go. Now this stage is basically all over the place. We're just like, we're sort of playing the stage backwards as it was originally intended. but it makes it so chaotic and really fun.
Yep, there's lots of bomb fields all over, so we can just do some long-range sniping and shoot off some chain reactions to take out all the monsters.
Now, as dangerous as bombs are, because they can obviously hurt you, they're also very, very useful because with normal trash, you have to hit a monster directly to do damage, but since the bomb has an explosion radius, you know, there's more room for it to hit a monster, and it can also hit multiple monsters, which is a very big time save. So we're actually 300 gold over what we want, which is really good. And this is going to be the first time we buy our sweeper, and the time holders, and the super bombs.
Yes, what Miku just bought was the heavy sweeper, level 3 sweeper. And this can sack up pretty much any trash really quickly. Because a tiny little improvement that better sweepers have is that they sweep up trash faster, as well as being able to sweep up heavier trash. It's not much, but it's still very handy to have.
And another cool recording thing is about to come up soon.
Yes, let's hope you get this one.
So we want to set up here. We want to shoot this bomb past the octoballoon, so it only hits the cropper. We use a record, use that big trash on the octoballoon. Want to shoot a super bomb in this guy's mouth to one-shot him. Shoot it into that room, and then shoot at the wall, spawn the gatekeeper. And you can see that it'll rewind back while we go do our own thing. So we're just going to go ahead and jump across here. Spawn this, because we're going to use that to jump over the door. Because normally you're supposed to use a button to jump over, not to jump over, to open the door. But we're just going to jump over it like this. Also, you can use a fast forward to make it so you don't take damage.
Yep, like I said earlier, using a fast forward gives you a shield to protect yourself from damage. So we can use... Well, that wasn't meant to happen. But when using fast forward can be also used, instead of its intended purpose of running faster, to be used as a damage boost. Because since it gives you a shield to protect you from damage, you can use it to just hit yourself, get some iframes, and run past an obstacle.
Now, I'm going to get some retry crystals here, just in case
it doesn't seem like there's another... Oh, yeah, there's one. They got 2 retries.
Just to make sure, I don't want to game over at a marathon.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too good.
Again, now is another good time for any donations that have come through.
We have a $20 donation from Daft7. Hi Miku, put me in for Timey McSweepy on Blinx 2. And that incentive is currently at $67 for Timey McSweepy and Name at $50. So if you'd like to bid towards either one or perhaps even a new one, please donate at donate.AusSpeedruns.com.
Gotta shoot bombs at the mountain. I only shot one by accident. Usually you want to shoot 2, so then it's guaranteed to hit the croppers. But it's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, that's scary.
Ooh, almost gotcha.
Thank you, janky hitboxes. We love you. So, for time controls, I really want to grab some more rewinds, because in the next world we're going to be using a bunch of rewinds.
Oh. The bomb barrels hit you.
Yeah, I've already embarrassed myself enough today. So that second bomb usually would have hit those croppers and would have actually one-shot them. A recorder would be really nice as well, because we're going to need it for a future stage as well.
You've got enough for... No, can get through here.
Might as well grab some fast forwards.
It's really important to plan out how you're going to pick up all the your time controls, because there's so few, except in some specific areas where there's naturally spawning time crystals to get certain time controls, because a lot of the time the ones that spawn from defeated time monsters are random, so it's not the most reliable. So planning when to get your time controls is very important.
Coming up on our 4th boss, so we're not going to be money duping this boss, just because it's not really worth to dupe, because this boss doesn't really drop that much gold in general.
Yeah, it's usually the next one after this, isn't it?
Yeah, that we don't dupe either.
Oh yeah, because next one is sorry, I forgot the order of the bosses again. Once World 6 is the one we want to dupe on, not World 5.
Yeah. Now coming on. Hopefully we can get this nice hit here. Now, normally you also want to grab rewind crystals if they drop in this boss arena, but we're getting a bit unlucky here. Yeah, we'll just grab the gold normally.
Pretty good stage. That boss is actually really tricky to get the... Well, it's also it's a bit tricky and also very important to get the chain shots on, because if you don't manage to get the chain stun lock with hitting him, he can become very difficult to keep on top of, because he will just love to try and jump on you and not give you a chance to counterattack. So good job for getting that one. That's a tricky boss to stay on top of.
Yeah. So in this world, this is probably the most mechanically challenging world in the entire game. Not that it's necessarily hard, but it's to get everything down very perfectly is quite the quite challenging. But it is very satisfying. So we're gonna actually hit the chest, use a rewind, so then we're gonna be coming back to that chest, and we're gonna be opening it once again. Another cool trick with the with rewind.
Yeah, you can close the chest after you've opened it, and then open it up again for more money.
Now I'm hoping that I can get a rewind here.
There's enough for one. I saw 3 crystals.
No, I'm actually going to be a bit greedy right now. I'm going to go in the next room because there is a rewind in here that I can grab. And I'm just going to do this.
Oh! Well, you got a bit too greedy there.
Yeah, don't jump.
Well, wait, was that... Oh, that was the axe pendulum that got you.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Oh, it ate the rest of your time crystals.
That's really funny. No, I still need a rewind.
Because also, it didn't... Now you've got to get that golem at full power as well. You can sweep up any of these parts.
Now, I'm hoping they drop rewinds, otherwise I actually do have to restart the stage.
Well, there's one.
I know there's
one
over
another
there.
nut room, but you don't have to pause to get through. Ooh, that's actually tricky.
So what I'm going to actually do here is I'm going to...
Yes, that's clever. Oh, but it's not tall enough. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, you already shot that twice.
I'm just going to have to jump.
Oh, that's just unfortunate.
I'm just going to drop down and grab the rewinds here, because it's just important.
Oh. That's looking when that was sweeping out.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but it's like, not too much that you can do. Now, if I die again, that would be
actually
quite
bad.
tragic. No, I'm just
Is there a retry that you can pick up along the way?
Yeah, probably. No. Just gonna have to wait this out because the trash got destroyed, unfortunately. Okay, we're safe.
Got another 2 retries.
Yeah. It's the nerves, I promise. So we'll come back up here. If this guy drops a rewind, I'll be... Yeah, he did drop a rewind, so but I mean, I couldn't take the chance.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate accident there.
Yeah. Once again, I play greedy, I get punished. So, we'll go to the shop and we're gonna grab another 3 super bombs. I'm going to do probably one of the coolest tricks in this game. It's going to be another record play with these super bombs. So we would like to use record with the super bombs because we want to bring them back after each stage.
Yes, this is one of the prime uses of record that you can use.
There we go. I see the mole guns pop up, so I'm going to count. 4, 5, 6. And now I want to time the super bomb shot so that the mole gun pops out. I'm going to do it now. I'm hoping that was fine. If it says 10 monsters,
There you go, 10 monsters.
I'm hoping that the second super bomb I shot hits all the enemies in there. But you can see how like difficult this stage is of just getting everything right. One slip up is enough to just like ruin your whole pace. Now we need to grab some more rewinds. I keep saying this.
Rewinds are a very important tool.
We need just 2 more, I believe. Okay, we got all the enemies.
You need some for the boss mainly for this stage.
And 1 more for the next stage. So I'm just going to grab that. I'm going to grab some fast forwards as well. So we want to end the next stage with about 1 rewind, about maybe 3 fast forwards, if we can. 2's fine. That's the minimum. But we got some good crystal luck right now, which is very good, especially for this world in particular. So I think now's a good time just to any donations that have come through again.
We have a $69 donation from Splongo Bjorky. Please Blinx name, Plingle Plonger. And that is currently in the lead. We have Plingle Plonger at $69, Timey McSweepy at $67, and Name at $50. We also have a $10 donation from Nipchip, Blinx Gaming.
Ah, hello there, Nip.
So we're just cruising right now. We're just not really too much to say at the moment. Just if we just get all of our rewinds, we're pretty solid. As long as I don't stuff it up too much. And you can see the body parts that I'm picking up from the monster as well. They're also worth 100 gold if you bring it back. So it's also important that we like try to bring as many of the monsters pieces as much as we can. Now we're going to use a rewind here. We're going to wait for the Molgon to pop up. And you can see how much rewind has a lot of use in this run.
Also, just quickly worth mentioning that if you do hit a monster during a time control, that time control effect will cease to work on that monster when they get back up.
Except for pause and slow. That's
yeah.
why we don't like to
for
use...
rewind, they will go back to normal if you hit them.
Yeah. But that's why we don't like to pick up pauses and slows, because when you hit a monster that's paused, oh, you're an idiot. When you hit a monster that's paused or slowed, their animation doesn't get reset. They're like either paused in time until the effect ends, or they're slowed. And you don't want that. You want everything to be as fast as you can. I'm gonna do a little cool jump here, and then there.
Gotcha.
Well, that went better than my practice run. My practice run, I forgot to get the blue octoballoon, which is like a minute time. So this boss kind of tricky, normally playing, but I got a cool little speedrunning trick to show everyone here. So normally when you hit this boss, he spawns minions, but if you use a rewind, he's unable to spawn it, and you can just bully this guy. You can just keep hitting him.
He won't spawn any minions, and he won't also hold on to his iframes either. That skip right there, that for strat for this boss, that was first initially found by the runner Commander Ducky, and I still swear that that's the best strat he'd ever found for this game. Or for this game period. The best strat for this game, because it skips. It also works on a future boss as well, which is very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's the worst boss in the game.
It's especially late in the game as well, so having all the advantages that you can get is very crucial. So, what's our game plan for this level? We want to grab some fast forwards and records again. Because next level we're going to be buying the most super bombs that we've ever bought, which is 5. Oh, missed.
Oh, missed.
You cheeky bugger. There's fast forwards there.
Yeah, one of the fast forwards fell off the cliff though.
I'm fine with that.
So you can only get one.
And then I'm gonna grab one rewind as well, because we want to chest dupe it once again.
Some over there.
So enemies in the background, we'll just go ahead and just shoot them.
Got time for a quick plug?
Yep.
So just wanted to let everyone know that we also have some prizes that you can win for donating to this event. If you donate $10, you'll be eligible to win one of 8 Landfall game bundles comprising of 3 of the greatest hits, Cluster Truck, Tabs, and Nightfall. If you donate $20 or more and you're within Australia, you'll go in the running to win a pair of HyperX Cloud earbuds. And if you donate $40 or more, you'll be in the running to win one of 2 HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headsets. For more information, you can visit prizes.ausspeedruns.com. And of course, thank you to Landfall and our major sponsor HyperX for sponsoring this event and providing these wonderful prizes.
Gotta be careful. There we go.
Nice.
This stage is a bit tricky, but I always like playing it. This is probably my favorite world, well, one of my favorite worlds in the entire game.
Yeah, I do like this one.
It's just nice to look at, honestly. Grab our time holder and 5 super bombs. Now we're only going to be bringing back 4. We're going to use 1 super bomb straight away, right at the start. We're going to come up to these stairs, aim, shoot the bomb, wait a bit, run through. And then it's going to hit those 2 chronoblobs and the chronoblob on the other side as well. And instead of going through the door, we're just going to go around, jump through the cliffs. There we go. Now we're going to just jump another cliff, and we're going to use our fast forward idea. Pick up this 16-ton weight, and these bombs. I want to try and quickly sweep this rim. Ooh. I would have... Oh, I almost clipped through the door there. So we use our record here. Oh. Oh, that was close. Sometimes that can happen when your character will just fall down, because what I was falling down on was like a piece of terrain that was coded to like fall off when there was like you step on it. But thankfully we got enough time to do it.
Oh, I feel like that's one of my favorite uses record there in the run. It just shows how useful record is.
Oh, it's
both
definitely...
you saving ammo and also doing multiple tasks at once.
It's definitely the best. Now we won't be saving any time, oh sorry, not time, any super bombs for this level. But we're just going to go through this super quick. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit this chronoblob and then shoot our super bomb right there and then quickly run. And it should kill both of them. Now coming up we're going to chest dupe and then use our super bomb. So we come down here, shoot the chest, get the gold, rewind, wait a bit, shoot that super bomb, hits 4 enemies at once. And after the rewind ends, we can go ahead and hit the chest. There we go. Cheeky 590 gold. Now I want to try and get some records here, if I can.
I see enough for a double retry, but I don't see much record.
Thankfully, we don't have to get the retry. Alright, hopefully this Mulgun sees me. He saw me.
Yeah, that Mulgun's a little weird, because sometimes it can get caught on that,
The log.
Oh, well, yeah, the log too. I was going to say that tiny bit of stone that's sticking out of the ground. It can get caught on just weird bits of the terrain, and sometimes, because of that, it won't spawn up properly. Very nice.
Oh, load off my shoulders. Alright, coming up on our 6th boss, we're going to purchase another 2 super bombs.
This
And-
is also one of my favorite bosses in the game because it's basically the spot to go to if you want to grind out anything. Because there's 4 of each time crystal here on the stage, and this boss also drops the most amount of money out of any of the bosses. So if you want to get money or time controls, you go here to this boss. Also, you just gotta not die while you're at it, but if you're a good enough level, that shouldn't be a problem.
Now we're going
Especially with the trick we're about to do.
we're going to do another recording, dude. So what we're going to do, use a record, jump behind his back, shoot. Thank God it didn't miss. And then we're just going to wait. And basically we're just going to do the same trick that we did for the third boss. Except now we can triple dupe, which is exactly what we're going to do.
And remember how I said earlier that the rewinding for the record and the retries are the same? Well, if you happen to trigger both at the same time, it kind of confuses the game a bit. And it results in what we call the alternate timeline glitch. Basically what that means is that it will replay both. It will think that what you did before you did a retry is also part of the record. So in a sense, you're duplicating the use of record over and over more times. And that can be changed infinitely so long as you have retries to use.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't understand that, it's perfectly normal. It's very sort of complicated to understand.
Now get to stage 7.
Just know that record is broken. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, pretty much. Record equals dupes is a really simple way of putting it. Also, those guys on there are just part of the Tom Tom gang. They show up sometimes from stage to stage and try to steal money and time crystals, but we don't actually have to do anything to them to beat the stage. They're just a little annoyance every now and then.
They kind of just steal our gold, and we just.
I mean, technically, they are the game's villains. I mean, we didn't mention it, and we skipped past all the stuff regarding them, but basically, they set up all these time monsters appearing because they like to destabilize time, take the time crystals, and sell them to other worlds to make profit. And we, as Blinx, are part of a group called the Time Sweepers, whose job it is to make sure time runs smoothly by sweeping up all the time crystals and defeating time monsters before they get so bad that they destabilize time entirely.
So that's what happens when you stop the relay. Keep going. Oh, sorry about that one.
That's pretty much all I had to say of the story. It's just basically all it is. Basically, it was we destabilized time a bit too much in this one particular world, and it was going to vanish, so called everyone out, but Blinx decided to be a hero and jumped right in.
Now let's hope that this guy drops a fast forward, because that would be super nice. Oh,
Yep.
never mind. Unfortunate.
Also, Miku, I got a message earlier in the Discord. Lotus wants you to try Ultimate Showstopper for this stage.
I'm sorry, Lotus. I will respectfully decline.
Ah.
We're going to go with my showstopper. So this is probably also one of the coolest record moments of the game as well, because we're essentially going to be jumping over a wall right here, and then get this right. Oh no!
Ooh,
that's alright.
That didn't go so well.
Normally, that I would shoot a super bomb over to those enemies, and then I'd go back to them after, and they would have less HP. But it's not too bad. Not the end of the world. So I shot the bomb earlier before, and it injured this spiker and the tundra. I think that's what it's called.
I'm not sure. It's like I only know the names of the time monsters that are in the manual. I have no idea where to get official names for the rest of them.
No. Oh, thank God. I keep missing that super bomb.
Well, it's there. It's gonna damage him.
I hope so. Oh yeah, it should. It should.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
I heard the spike, like this spiker over here, get angry, so I thought it was the other spiker. Alright, hopefully that reaches the gatekeeper. It is possible that it will.
And got him.
It will miss. I'm looking for a little tick. It did not hit him. So we're gonna have to go back. But it should be one hit, so it's not the end of the world. Some more records. This and I think yeah, like this world in particular is very record heavy, but it's also very cool. No pun intended. There we go. I'm gonna hit this guy first. Might as well come over here and grab some records. Trigger this guy. Now we're gonna do a little jump up here. Oh. And I'm gonna actually, hopefully, oh, that's not good.
Oh yeah, what's that? Yeah, that
Oh well.
gave him iframes. Because sometimes, you might have noticed it in the previous stage, but some time monsters can shoot their own bits of trash at you, and you can trick them into shooting other time monsters to deal damage. But thing is, we didn't want it to happen there because we wanted them to get hit by a bomb because that did more damage. So that just made them sit down on the ground with some iframes and another hit to go.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. Honestly, didn't lose that much time.
Yeah, it's only about a second, but
There we go. Now's a good time for another donation, if anything's come up.
Of course, we have a $50 donation from Blaze and Bessa. Great event you are all running. So glad to watch all these amazing runs. Here's $25 per hand that I got sucked into. Keep up the great work. This goes towards characters named Pokemon Heart Gold to be none other than Nate. We also have another $20 donation from Nipchip. Miku, your Blinx speedruns are always impressive. Glad I got to catch it. Isnert says hi.
Hi, Isnert.
I hope all of you who are watching in the Discord as well are having a good time watching the two of us.
I hope Lotus isn't laughing at me for all the mistakes that I'm making right now. Oh, I just love record. What a good ability. We're going to be using another record later, just in a second. Now, I want to grab some fast forwards here.
Yeah, there's 4 crystals there, so you can get to her.
And I want to grab some pauses as well, because we're going to be picking up pauses for the first time. Not in this world, but we want to use it in the last world.
Oh yeah.
There we go. We'll use a record in a nice spot. I hope so. There we go. And now we just watch it all unfold. Now you don't usually want the gatekeeper to fall into the water because it'll take longer for it to because when you kill a gatekeeper, which is that thing that's flying around, that little pink carpet thing, it'll fly back to the little door thing here, but it takes a while if it
Yeah, unlike the other monsters who just drop to the ground and die, the gatekeeper's little ghost buddy thing has to get back up and float into the gate itself before it disappears. And if it falls down into the ground, into the water, that takes quite a while for him to get back up.
Nah, this is very good. Oh,
Ooh,
Blinx,
don't
hello.
get stuck
I
with-
can't comprehend what's. But this is alright. This is a pretty ideal crystal thing that we got going right now.
Yep.
Now, for this boss, we're also going to be triple duping for it again. But we want to have by the end of this boss at least 7,000 gold. That's like the minimum that's like you want to have. Oh.
How many fast forwards do you have for this boss?
I think I have 3, or is it 2?
Yeah.
I'm just going to use 2.
3.
I'll just use 2. So I'm going to use a fast forward here. And we're just going to run to a stone pillar. So basically the way that this boss works is that every time you hit it, it's going to take a piece of the island. And we're just going to use the iframes of the fast forward to basically just go through this really quickly.
Yeah, you have to be really careful with this boss in casual play, because he will, when he's going in to break a platform, he'll break the one that you're standing on. So you don't want him to break the center platform.
Yeah, and speedrunning, if he gets the middle platform, it's not the end of the world. You can play around it. But obviously, in casual, yeah, it's like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, because then because the end gate will spawn in a fixed position, and it's very difficult to get to that position if you don't have the center island platform.
There we go.
Third dupe with the alternate timeline glitch. Look at all that money that's coming out.
That's going to be about 3,000 gold plus. Also, turn down your headphones if...
Yes, because there's going to be a lot of collection noises.
3,200, pretty good. Plus the spike bullet that we get, that's 200 plus. So that's about 3,400 gold. Now. Oh, we're 400 gold short, but we can make this work.
I just have to buy less bombs then.
Now, we're buying a degraded sweeper, but it's a special one because it does water damage, and we're going into a world where there's a certain fire monster we want to kill very quickly.
Yes, this is a special aspect of these sweepers that probably not a lot of people know about. The fire and water sweepers say they can shoot fire and water. Now, the only real effect that some casual players might have found out is that you can use the water sweeper to suck up tiny little pools and access hidden areas in some levels to get like some of the cat medals. But it also has a secondary effect, is that you can use it to one-shot the fire slugs, which normally they take like 6 to 8 different hits before they turn into a tiny little dragon. But with the water sweeper, it's reduced to only 1 hit, and you can instantly kill them. This also has a mirror effect that if you have the fire sweeper, you can also do the same to the water slugs in the earlier worlds. And that used to be the route that this game had before we swapped over to using the heavy sweeper.
Sorry, I'm just concentrating a bit because
Oh yeah.
This area is a bit crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of instant death traps everywhere in this stage, and you got to be careful where you walk. There's rolling bombs over there, there's lava, there's fireballs coming out of the lava, there's Tesla coils zapping. That's not to mention all the tiny monsters everywhere that you got to be wary of. So jumping over to certain areas is not always the safest. You got to be careful.
Gold gate's right there, so we just need to deal with these last 2 enemies, and then we're pretty set. Our time controls, once again, looking very good. So we want to at least have 2 rewinds for the boss of this stage. Sorry, I forgot what I was doing there. We need to buy 2 super bombs. Yeah, we want to have 2 rewinds before we hit the boss. But right now we're pretty good. We got pretty good fast forwards, pretty good pauses. Just need 1 more pause and then we're basically set. But we can get 1 pretty easily here. So after that hit the spiker, I'm actually going to use a fast forward. Actually, 4. Use the boss radius to take out this room.
That's basically like another function of using the fast forwards barrier. Just like run into a group of enemies and just bomb the area and keep yourself alive.
Another pause. There we go, shoot a bomb over there to deal with those 2 enemies. Just suck up the Juggernaut, not Juggernaut, the Golem pieces.
Yep, if you can get all 3 of the pieces sucked up before they form, it kills them instantly. And every piece that you just suck up is also 1 piece less of health that he has. So it's nice to suck them all up before they can get back up.
I'm hoping to get more fast forwards here because fast forwards will also be very, very useful for the boss that's coming up in this area. So rewinds and fast forwards, those are basically the bread and butter.
Yeah, there's 2 different phases that that boss can be in, and you want rewinds for one and fast forwards for the other.
Ah, yep.
There's, well,
You silly little guy.
rewinds, but not fast forwards.
No fast forwards. That's alright.
Hopefully the 2 of both that you have should be enough. We'll see. Just let's hope that he doesn't roll too many times.
Oh, don't worry. We're not up to that yet. We still got one more level.
I already said it. I've already cursed it.
Now's a good time for a donation message if anything's come up.
Just wanted to thank our major sponsor for this event, HyperX. They are supporting the event this year. Cure Cancer and the Game on Cancer initiative are doing amazing work, and it's great to have their work supported by HyperX. They believe that everyone can achieve their best with the gaming spirit, and they are proud to put theirs to work in supporting such a great cause as Game on Cancer. And we also want to thank them for providing 2 of the 3 prizes that we have, of which if you are within Australia and you donate $20 or more, you will be in the running to win one of 2 sets of HyperX Cloud earbuds, and if you donate $40 or more, you'll be in the running to win one of 2 HyperX Cloud 2 gaming headsets. Thank you very much, HyperX.
I'm hoping to get a bit lucky here with these fast forward. Nah. We'll
I'm not
just...
sure where there's so many other crystals for that.
That's just the random luck of this game, really.
Yeah, like I said before, there's very little, it's very little that we can do about the random drops from time monsters. Sometimes they drop good ones, sometimes they don't.
Now, I know Lotus Ball is probably screaming at me right now to, oh my god.
Oh, hello.
That's so funny. Alright.
How convenient. We just get another fast forward. Lucky.
Well, that's what I was saying. That Lotus is probably screaming at me to do the strat where I don't need to use a fast forward. But, I'm just gonna roll with it at the moment. So, this is the sort of the same boss that happens World 5.
Except much worse.
So, with the previous boss, the green version of this, that didn't have iframes, but this one does. So we kind of just have to sit through this. And
yeah, Juggernaut 2, I really don't like this boss. This is the worst boss in the game. However, this trick makes him a lot easier to deal with.
Also going to grab a slow while I'm at it, because we're going to need it later on for the final boss.
Still though, even with this rewind trick, sometimes he just doesn't want to cooperate and will still just go into this form instead. But it still skips another phase that he does, which is good enough.
Now
Because
rolls a bit
between
tedious.
each hit, like the first Juggernaut boss, he's also supposed to split into split off little mini balls to chase you down. The difference between that and now, though, is that with the skip we're doing, we're skipping another phase where during that entire time he's invulnerable, and also the circles of this stage will start spinning around in circles back and forth and around, and the holes in the platform will appear into lava, and he won't become vulnerable until you hit all of his minions and defeat them. It's just all those together. It's extremely difficult to beat that boss. It took me a very long time casually. And we just skipped that with that rewind trick.
Okay, so now we're entering the boss rush. So the final boss, before we can defeat the final boss, we have to do a... He sends us through a to fight the 4 harder bosses of the game. We're buying 10 spike bullets, so then we can deal with all these bosses quickly. A thing to note is that in the original version of this game, you can buy 10 spike bullets for the boss rush, but after you deal with this first boss right here, and you go through to the next one, all your spike bullets get deleted.
I can't remember if that's the case. It's been ages since I've done this.
But in Platinum Hits, the version I'm playing right now, the ammo carries over, which is why this game is so much faster than the original. Because
Yeah, one of the main reasons. That being also the bosses have less health.
True.
So yeah, it helps go through this bit, this section, this boss rush, a bit quicker. It still doesn't make it any less frustrating casually.
Yeah, a lot of casual players seem to like not like this. But there's a cool little thing where if you do like die in this in the boss rush, you can actually press start and then restart the stage, and it will actually restart the current boss that you're on.
Oh, I did that a lot when I went through it, because when I ran out of retries to do it, I had to restart the stage so I could keep doing it without having to restart the entire boss rush.
Yeah, there's not really much to it to this boss rush right now. It's kind of just doing the same thing that we already did before.
Yeah, there's no difference between like when we fought the bosses in their stage and now. It's literally just the same boss, but we're just fighting it again.
Well, at least for the next boss, the strategy will be slightly different, but overall, like. But what we want to do is we just basically just want to get rewinds and fast forwards, because we just want to have fast forwards and rewinds for the last for the Juggernaut 2.
Crystal right beside you then.
Now I don't need to collect the gold here, but no, I figured might as well.
Yeah, force of habit maybe. Just like get that gold.
There we go. Now we're gonna verse Kerrigan.
I mean, we don't need that much more money. All we will probably need remaining at the end, because after you get through the boss rush, you get one last chance to go to the shops, and before you fight the final boss.
Here we go.
But all you'd probably want to get there is just more spike bullets and restock on any retries that you might have lost.
Yeah, so now with the recording clone doing its job, this is a good chance to grab some time controls. Also, not to get hit by these. This is just so that I can have 4 spike bullets in the...
Yeah, that's another bonus of record. If you could just shoot out some ammo that you have, you can pick it up as your normal self, and you're basically duplicating your ammo. You gotta be careful though, because you can be shot by your own record clone and die. You did that last run, I remember.
Yeah, last year I did
ASM
that.
run that you did.
I did not know that it could do that. I didn't know that was a thing, and I think that was a good experience for everyone that saw that, and including myself.
And we
There's a
get to
lesson
fight
learned.
Juggernaut 2 again.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed when I got up to this bit in the boss rush the first time. It's like, oh, I don't want to fight you again. I hate you.
No, I don't want to jinx it, but he's been really nice with these rolls. But so yeah, the main frustration with this boss is that after you hit him, and he does a roll, but it is very random on how many rolls he will do. Sometimes he'll do 1 roll, sometimes he'll do 3, or sometimes he'll do 9 in a row.
I thought the maximum he could do was 4.
No, there's been times where it's done 9 in a row.
Huh.
Lotus can definitely testify to that.
No, but yeah, like when he's in the ball form, he'll just have a number of times he'll just charge at you, trying to roll into you. And, well, the more times he does that, is the more times that we have not hitting him. Because he's invulnerable during that ball rolling stage.
But he's actually was very nice to me this entire run. Which, you know what? Good on you, Juggernaut. I'm happy about that. And then after this last hit, we're going to be moving on to the final boss. And also a really hard boss for casual players.
Yeah, because it's also slightly a puzzle boss as well, because it's a certain thing you need to do to get the final hit on him, and it's not really obvious what that is.
So, he has 4 phases that we want to go through. So the first phase is that he will be vulnerable every time he opens his clock face. But we can get an early hit on him before he even shows it.
Yeah.
So second phase right now, he will summon a second clone of himself, and we have to hit both of them while he's shooting bombs. But we thankfully can get it like this. Now the spike bullets progress this stage really fast.
Yeah, because they do 2 damage instead of 1. So basically, we've just sprinted towards the final phase of this boss, where all he wants to do is get up and smack you in the face. And basically, we're just dragging this out because this is the puzzle bit, because he's not going to open up his eye to try and shoot any more bombs on you. So in order to actually beat him, we need to take off his arm. well, he did it there, sorry. But basically, he's not going to take damage when you shoot at him. What you need to do is strip off his armor, and you do that by collecting one of every time control and using it repeatedly after the other.
I'm just waiting for some more crystals to drop.
And yeah, that's also another RNG part of this stage, is that the time crystal drops right here are completely random. And you need one of every time control, so if the game doesn't drop the time crystals you need, you can't progress in this boss fight, so you've got to wait until it comes out. There's also a limit to how many time crystals can be on this, so might need to just grab some to let some more drop down.
Need to grab some more.
Okay, I think you need a fast forward and slow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's 3 fast forward crystals there.
I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that. Now we pray that that slow just drops him. I'm just gonna pick up all these crystals to...
Oh yeah, and then this guy can also use his own time controls against you. And so he's gonna move really fast as well. I see 2 slow crystals.
Oh,
wait,
no.
Did a third just drop?
No.
No.
I thought it did. And this is, there's not a lot you can really do here. So I'm just gonna grab the 2 slows. And just hope that it drops. Oh! I didn't even know. Was that a...
I think you just got
There's
a bit
one
too
right
close.
there in the top. Now hopefully that it doesn't despawn. Oh! There we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a thing right there.
Oh yeah,
there we
you
go.
can cancel out his time controls with that. Alright, and
now we're approaching near the end of the game, so...
yeah, getting ready on time. So the final hit we do after we strip off his armor and hit him.
So get ready.
And...
time! And... that's it. That's the end.
that was Blinx the time so far.
Alright, just before I head off and we go through a break, just want to quickly say thank you to On for coming on with me to
Thank you very much.
commentate.
Welcome.
Thank you for ASM for bringing me back in from last year. Had a lot of fun, even if we had some cringe moments before in the run. Thank you for the to the Blinx community for just being so awesome. And yeah, that's going to be the end for me. Stick around for Blinx 2 with me and On, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Alright, what was the time on that, by the way?
The time on that was 1 hour and 3 seconds.
Ooh.
1 hour and 3... Yeah, no, 1 hour and 3 seconds. I read the timer wrong.
Nice. So not a sub hour, but still pretty good.